Hello, everyone, guys and girls. We are on day 153. It's been 3 weeks since we haven't been together. I don't have quite exciting things to tell today, but it's quite heavy things to share with you. And I hope if you can relate that this will help you. I'm doing good at the moment, even if it's a bit hard. I've been procrastinating a lot since the last 3 weeks where I've released my previous video on this channel. I've been spending much time on irrelevant things like doom scrolling on video games. And last week I was realizing that this was still a runaway moment from me, which has led me to think that I was running away still from a lack of self-trust. My projects on business and content creation haven't been moving enough forward to me. Because to be honest, to put you a bit of context for the reasons that has led me to think this about this lack of self-trust, is that first of all, you have to understand that I'm not working at the moment. I don't have a job. Because luckily for us in France, when have been working enough for a certain period of time, if you are deciding to rest for a moment, for taking a year or two on vacation, for relying on yourself or letting you more time to find a new job that can be more fulfilling to you or making you happier in your life, you can. And the state is providing you financial aid to provide to your living expenses. But this aid is not infinite, and now it will end in 1 month for me. And having to be honest with myself, it's absolutely impossible to build a successful business that can provide money for me to live in just 1 month. At the moment, for me, don't think it's possible. And last year, when I've decided to quit my previous life and come to live here in one of my parents' house, I was believing that having to find a job again will be a sign of failure to my eyes. And so that's why I've decided to take this year to focus fully on my projects and make them a reality for me to live within. So all this time, perhaps, I was working from a fear of running away to a shitty job, a shitty life, and also a lack of money. And you are definitely thinking that, as me, it's not sane to work from a fear because you are driven by fear, because it puts you in a state where you are not working for something that pushes you to move forward in your life, but you're working for something that holds you back in your past. And also, you're not working because feel free to do so. So now that I accepted this reality, I was reflecting on the fact that having to find again a normal job, a 9 to 5, would not be a failure because that way I wouldn't be embracing a life run by fear, but a life where I'm full and I'm in control of what I feel, experience, etc. etc. And I was running away from this job because of the plenty of the jobs I've done before last year. Out of 10 works and jobs I've done, I've been much more experiencing bad work situations than good ones. And also, obviously, this was a pushback for me. But here, I think there's for me a good work environment and something that is driving me to live and be happy with a normal life for a certain time. And it will not be a failure to have it because it lets me continue on my projects also. And for more context, the second thing about this lack of self-trust is, as I've told you before, I'm still living at 27 years old at one of my parents' house, and I've never experienced a lone life where I'm fully responsible financially and autonomous in my life. Whether I was alone with a very low rent to pay with less $100 per month, or either I was with my partner, so we were two to pay our rent, but we are perhaps at least a bit more autonomous, financially responsible. So all of this, assuming since I'm an adult, I've never tasted this lone life, was probably a pushback for me because it could be something that is fearing me. Again, probably because I have now to assume a housing rent on my own. So probably the fear of lacking money, and also it relies on the fear of lacking self-trust in myself, because I'm thinking that I cannot assume my own living with a normal salary. So embracing a job which will allows me to quit this place, which is quite good at the moment, but this is not my environment. This will definitely lead me to be responsible on my own and engage my inner self and my unconscious to believe that I'm able to do something that I've never did in my life. So this is it for the heavy things. And now I have to tell you about my content creation journey. At the moment, my last episode here hasn't performed quite well. Didn't have the views I was expecting on. Episode 7 has got 50 views at least, if my memory is right. But episode 6 was my best performing video with 250 views, so I wasn't quite understanding, but obviously the algorithm probably doesn't like inconsistent and unregular channels which are posting in too much time interval. So now I think I will be posting a video regularly here every 2 or 3 weeks, and I'll try to do my best to stick to it. And if you've been following me on other social medias, you've seen me publish short form content, which hasn't been quite working on the views. For obvious reason, because out of a 90-second video, my hooks are lasting 10 seconds. So this is definitely not an engaging hook to retain the viewer's attention, to encourage him to watch the entire video. And also these videos where I just showing what I'm doing in the daily. I'm sensing building a personal brand is not about showing what you do, but showing about what and who you are. And within this fact, I'm currently working on 3 different short form vertical content series to publish on those social medias, where I'm more bringing my personality to the show, like this series for now. And genuinely, I think letting my personality shine and relate to what I think, feel, and do in the daily without showing it could be a much better experience to share this journey with you, and for me to learn always more, to relate and analyze my feelings and my thoughts. Also, I think having much more content concepts could be a better way to learn what is working or not and how to optimize it. So again, it's still the cycle of tests, optimize, repeat, and I think I'm doing my content creation journey this way. The purpose is not to make viral videos, but it's to make videos where I bring my inner self to your eyes. That way you can relate, and I think this is how you are building a community of people which can relate to what I express. This is the goal. So, guys and girls, this is it for now. I don't think this was quite fascinating for you to hear this, but at least I hope this will help some of you. And also, this is part of the journey I want to live. I think I'm in the good way to find the sweet spot between sharing my thoughts while staying authentic to myself and being enough interesting to you. I'll stay in touch with you soon. Thank you for being here. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. I love you, and I see you soon.